Hi family, and welcome to Intimate Conversations with Frances O'Brien, healing one heart at a time. Congratulations! You have just crossed over to the new decade, to a new year. It's the year 2020, and I'm sure a lot of people have got resolutions and a lot of people have got plans for the new decade, etc. etc. So, Happy New Year to you all, to those who are listening to me, wherever you are around the world. And I pray that God gives you favor, grants your heart's desires, whatever it is that you feel that you have planned out and you have written it out, because God says that you must write out your vision and make it plain. So I hope that you've written out your visions and your plans and put out your vision boards, whatever they are, and you've prayed and asked God for Him to show you favor and mercy, into the new year and into the new decade. Some of you, your prayers may not be answered immediately, and some of you, your prayers may be answered immediately. So I just want to say thank you very much for those who are my subscribers, and I pray that my listenership or my subscribers increase phenomenally, especially in this year of 2020. That's one of the prayers that I have put into, one of the requests that I've put into prayer a lot, especially into late last year, right into the new year. Now, January obviously is a bit of 2019, so some of you are still kind of groggy, some of you are still trying to find your heads, some of you are trying to find your feet. You know what? We are all on a journey, and our paths are different. So whatever it is that you feel you have set out to do and set out to achieve, don't look at anybody else. Literally have focus on your ambitions, on your dreams, and on your goals, and put them in prayer. Put them in prayer, and surely God will answer you. He will answer you. So yeah, my 2020 was fantastic. Actually, the transition into 2020 was fantastic. I had a really great time with friends and family. Actually, not so much family. I think I wanted to do something different this year. So what I did, rather into the new year. So what I did was call a few friends, and we hooked up, and I don't regret it one bit. I absolutely don't regret it. It was absolutely fun. I had a fantastic time. We celebrated Christmas and New Year together, and I did tell them about my channel, and I hope that they get to tune in and subscribe and listen to the content that I have to share. But it was a beautiful festive period, I must say. There was nothing really horrible that I can say went down. Everything was smooth, and I couldn't have asked for better. I really couldn't have asked for better. And the reason why is because I promised myself that I would do what makes me happy, and at the same time try not to infringe on everybody else. So it turned out exactly how I would like it. I would have loved it to turn out. And it was just beautiful. My 2020 was beautiful. So I hope your 2020 is beautiful. If you'd like to share, don't forget to comment on the comment section below. I'd like to hear some of your stories as to how you transitioned into the new year. Some of you are still thinking, you know what, Frances, I'm still in 2019, and that's okay. It's really okay for you to not have caught up with the rest of the world, per se. After all, this is the number. I believe a New Year's resolution is not necessarily when you transition from 2019 into 2020, but rather when you actually change your mindset on something that you have planned to achieve, a goal that you have set for yourself, and you've just told yourself, you know what, I think this is what I'm going to do, and you actually implement it almost immediately. That's when I feel is your new year, because it's a new version of you at that particular time. I've learned to not be moved by everybody's talk of resolutions and plans and goals for the new year. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There really isn't. But, like I said, we're all on a journey. And it's a journey of life. And our paths are different. And how we take our paths is entirely up to us. With God's grace and God's guidance. So I realized that my mind had already changed in the last quarter of 2019. I had already transitioned into a different frame of mind for the new year. So that's when my new year started. It actually started last year. It didn't start this year, if you know what I'm saying. So for me, it's when I have changed my mind to do something. It's a new year for me in terms of it's a new version of what I am doing. So if it can help you think of it that way, then it won't it will help alleviate, I feel, a lot of pressure on you, rather than you assuming that you have to, the moment the first of 2020 comes in, there has to be this transformation and there's a reformation of this person, because now everybody's looking at you and thinking, yeah, but this is what you said you're going to do, and everybody's like trying to tick off all the marks and pointers that you gave them to say, but she said she was going to do this, how come she's not doing this one? So another thing I've also learned about transitioning rather into a different version of me is to really try to be a lot more quiet about my personal plans, goals, and stuff like that. I know it's preached a lot, it's mentioned a lot by, motivational speakers, but like I said, it only resonates with you when you are ready for it to resonate with you. So even if I hear it now, I might not implement it now. I might implement it next week. I might implement it 2 weeks from now. I might implement it 2 months from now, probably even 2 years from now. It all depends on how someone's frame of mind is at that particular time. So that's another thing that I've tried to teach myself, just to be a bit more close-lipped about goals or plans or visions and stuff that I have. Not that I've really spoken about them per se. Like for instance with the YouTube channel, I think I only told my immediate family, and then once I had started it, then I eventually told other people. And everybody's kind of like, yeah, but there's so much content out there. That's one of the reasons I don't want to hear people's opinions. I just want to do what feels right for me at that particular time. So I hope that also helps you transition into the new year without you putting pressure. Try to be tight-lipped about things that you're planning, your goals, your dreams, your ambitions. Try to be tight-lipped about them and don't talk too much about them. So yeah, if you notice, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this particular video separately, and then I'm going to post the next topic that I'm going to be talking about in a separate video. And I'd like you to kind of compare the video quality, if you may, to tell me, because I'm using a new camera, my new camera, so yay! I hope I get to add in the sound effects for that, yay! So I'm using my new camera, which I was raving about last year, and I thought it's about time, Francis, that you implement, a new type of video footage, video quality footage. So I hope this is a top-notch type of version, although we know that when you edit, the software kind of boshes up. So that's another thing that I have to work on, my software to edit my videos. But yeah, this is my New Year's message, and I hope that it encourages you and it motivates you. By the way, I'm just coming from church, so it was a beautiful service as always, and it was talking about the goodness of God and how you must ignore everything that happens in your space, everything particularly negative. You will find that you have very negative experiences, but that doesn't take away that God is still good. And the way the pastor actually laid it out is exactly how I always feel, that even if there's bad things and there's tragedy that happens, people mustn't ask, why did God allow this to happen? Why did God allow this to happen? Sometimes the decisions that we make are entirely on us. It's got nothing to do with God. But we always blame and blame and blame and blame. So that was an interesting service, the goodness of God. Yeah, so I hope you guys have a wonderful year. If you'd like to reach out to me, I'm going to leave my email in the description section below, and I'd like you guys to reach out to me and let's communicate a lot more in 2020. So I'm going to leave it here and sign out and say thank you so much for watching my intro into 2020. Yay! Hoping that this time with the different content that I bring, you guys are more interactive. I really want to hear from you. Some of you reach out to me one-on-one, and I'd love some of your comments to actually, some of them to be in the comment section below so that people can see that I do respond and not just one-on-one Because I don't know, people tend to be very withdrawn or reserved rather, that they don't want to post any of their personal things on a public domain per se and have everybody, you know, read their stuff. I understand that, but there's some comments, like if you're complimenting the video and say, Frances, that really touches me, you know, I really relate to that, you know, what you said there was very important, it would help me here and there, that's appreciated. I'd like that on my channel. It would really help me a lot. So I'm going to sign out here and leave it and say thank you so much for tuning in. This is Intimate Conversations, of course, with Frances O'Brien, healing one heart at a time. Don't forget, I'm still looking for somebody who can reach out and teach me the healing one heart at a time in sign language, because I think it's important. And once I learn that, I will tell you why it was important for me to actually have that part in sign language. So until you meet me again on the next video, which is going to be in the next 2 minutes, that is me recording but not necessarily uploading, see you next time and stay blessed.